Hi dear viewers, welcome to the channel English Deep Dive. I'm Sohail. In this video, I'll be teaching you 5 advanced English words with detailed explanations and vivid examples. Let's start. So dear viewers, the first word is winnow. It's a verb. It has two meanings. In the literal sense, it means to remove chaff from the grains. In this picture, you can see a harvester machine is winnowing grains. It is removing chaff from the grains. Chaff is the outer covering of grains like rice, wheat, etc. Metaphorically, winnow means to carefully select what is valuable, leaving the rest. In this illustration, you can see a journalist winnowing news from a heap of unverified information, rumors. So, winnow is the act of selection and refinement. But we don't use this word for random selection. Rather, winnow is a careful, thoughtful, and often gradual, step by step process. For example, a manager winnowing suitable candidates from a long list of applicants. It would involve some method or criteria. Here are some examples. I spent the evening winnowing old photos on my phone. The manager winnowed 10 suitable candidates for interview from the list of 100 applicants. Synonyms for winnow are select, sift, filter. Antonyms are amass, accumulate, hoard. As you can see in this picture, the lady has amassed, accumulated all sort of things. There are books, cameras, and other things. So it is exact opposite of winnowing, which is selection and refinement. The next word is frugal. It's an adjective. It is used for people who are very careful and economical in the use of money and resources. In this illustration, you can see a lady who is doing the shopping. She is comparing price of two things. She is considering all the points. Such people are frugal. Frugal doesn't mean being miserly. Rather, frugal people are disciplined and wise in their spending habits. They spend where needed, but they avoid waste. Here is a comparison. On the left is miser, who is extremely unwilling to spend money. Even he is unwilling to spend on essentials. And on the right is profligate, who is often careless and wasteful in the use of money and resources. And in the center is frugal. Frugal people are sensible and intelligent in the use of money and resources. They don't waste. Being frugal is a praiseworthy quality. Here are some examples. Even with all her wealth, she was frugal and disliked wasting food or money. Time is precious, and one should be frugal in the use of time. Synonyms for frugal are thrifty, economical, prudent. Antonyms are profligate, wasteful, spendthrift. The next word is fidget. It's a verb. It means to make small, restless movements in a repetitive manner, often with hands and feet. These movements often include tapping the fingers, shaking legs, clicking the pen, frequently shifting in one's seat, and sometimes jiggling with keys, etc. You must have seen people making such movements. People often make these movements when they are nervous, impatient, or bored. And sometimes these movements are made to ease nerves, tension, or to achieve focus. The adjective form of fidget is fidgety. When someone is behaving in a restless manner or moving in a restless manner, we might call them fidgety. For example, sometimes children are fidgety, especially when they are sleepless. Here are some examples. She was nervous and kept fidgeting in her seat while waiting for her interview. His constant fidgeting with the pen during the meeting disturbed everyone. Synonyms for fidget are squirm, twitch, wiggle. Antonyms are calm, steady, placid. The next word is sterile. It's an adjective. In the literal sense, it has two meanings. First, it is used for any place or anything which is completely free of germs, clean. For example, surgical rooms or surgical instruments in hospitals are often sterile. It is made sure that they are free of microorganisms like bacteria so that infections could be avoided. Secondly, sterile is used for any organism, human, animal, plant, which is incapable of producing offsprings. In this picture, you can see a mule. Mule is a sterile animal. It can't reproduce. One thing to keep in mind, sterile means absolute incapability of reproduction. There is zero chance. In the metaphoric sense, sterile is often used for imagination, environments, relationships, etc., which are lacking creativity, warmth, which are lifeless. In this illustration, you can see a couple having their meal, but their relationship seems sterile. There seems no emotional connection or warmth between them. In the same manner, sterile discussion would be dull and boring, repeating the same points. A sterile imagination is one which is unable to generate new ideas, which lacks creativity. And a sterile environment is one which is lifeless, dull and boring, lacking liveliness and energy. Here are some examples. The office environment felt sterile, with no warmth or liveliness. The discussion became sterile, repeating the same points. Synonyms for sterile are aseptic, barren, lifeless. Antonyms are contaminated, fertile, vibrant. And the last word is germane. It's an adjective. It is often used for ideas, suggestions, points which are directly relevant to a subject under consideration. For example, if you are buying a home, there are many things which would be relevant, which would be considered. For example, paint of the house or door designs, etc. But there are few things which would be more important than others, like location of the property, security of that neighborhood. These points would be germane. So, germane and relevant are related words, but relevant is a broad term. Anything which is loosely connected, has a slight link, would be called relevant. But germane is something which is directly and significantly relevant, which is important to the subject matter. For example, in a security meeting discussing security of an event, the point related to CCTV cameras or emergency exits would be germane. Such points would be appropriate, fitting, and these would add value to the main topic. Here are some examples. The young officer was praised for raising germane points during the security meeting. The lawyer objected that the point raised by his fellow attorney was not germane to the case. Synonyms for germane are apposite, pertinent, relevant. Antonyms are extraneous, irrelevant, inapplicable. So, dear viewers, this is the end of today's lecture. I would recommend you to rewatch the video at least once and make notes. Practice using these words in your conversations and writings. In this way, these will become a part of your memory. I am hopeful that you found value in my effort. If so, please do like the video and subscribe the channel. Your comments are very helpful. Please do leave your comments. And don't forget to check out my other videos with more advanced English vocabulary. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.